while just when they are started.
Let's talk about some of the inventions of this particular process, 2015 election, which is the card reader. Yesterday, complaints about that particular device, leading up to some comments from some other individuals who were watching live from their homes, sending in messages concerning what they call a film that, well, like a coating, a film on the card reader, preventing the sensitivity of that particular device from reading a card. Tell us more about this card reader, if there's any truth on this particular story about having a film, because they say some of your officials forgot to remove the film, making it very, very hard for it to detect a card being read.
Yeah, I have had that myself, and I think it is largely true. It is true there is a film, a phase of the scanner. And unfortunately, when they forgot to remove that film, it caused a problem for the reading of the fingerprints. That we have had, and I think it is true.
As it is now, is there any state in the Federation where we have voting that, well, you say voting concluded, that they won't be having any voting taking place in any unit whatsoever today?
There are many states across the country. I've just said, I told you 2 states. So many other states, Nasarawa, Plateau, so many other states. That actually is the prevailing thing. The places where they will be having elections are extremely isolated.
In Lagos State, for instance, where some people have complained of movement, is there any place in Lagos where voting will hold today?
I do not have information of a place in Lagos as I speak with you.
Well, what is the situation concerning, because yesterday we also highlighted the importance of the NYSC, who are being used for this particular process, knowing full well that the Director General has been so concerned and has given his words to Nigerians that himself and the Commission have it in good authority with the security agencies that they will be protected. How are they faring?
I think that we are grateful to God that we've not had incidents concerning any of the polling officials, and I can tell you that every effort is being made to ensure their safety. The security architecture is such that their safety cover is provided for them before the elections, during the elections, and after, for a while after the elections. That is learning from 2011. So for a while, even for some days after the elections, they will have security cover.
Is the situation room of INEC open to the public? Can they reach with some of these messages we receive from them live on our program? Is there an email or a number they can get to place their comments, possibly reach you directly?
Absolutely. Our situation room, our call line, for instance, is 0700 call INEC. That's the vanity line. 0700. There are about 16 or so numbers linked to that vanity line, and when you call it, we'll receive we'll receive your call. Then we have Twitter handle at INEC Nigeria. You can tweet at us.
At INEC Nigeria.
Yes. At INEC Nigeria, you can tweet at us.
Is it interactive? Is this something that someone, maybe you have a complaint, when you tweet at INEC Nigeria, someone definitely will be able to respond?
Absolutely. We have agents that their job mainly is to respond when there are incident reports. They bring those incident reports to some officials in the situation room who will check what is happening on the ground in the state and make a report back. And actually, when these reports are filed, we call back to the person who has reported to say, we have investigated what you said. This is what we found out to be the case. So we will make a call back to the person who files that report.
Okay, Mr. Doak, can you give us that number again, what the phone number is again?
0700 call INEC.
Okay. What lessons would you say INEC is, what are the lessons you say INEC is taking out of this, this process called yesterday?
Yeah, You see, reviews will commence very shortly as we get through this and results are announced. But obviously, there are some things. An official interrogation, for instance, is being made of what happened to that you had, the challenges that you had with the card reader. But unofficially, we got some inkling. I might not be able to disclose that because then it becomes official and it preempts the official interrogation. But we got some inkling. You just mentioned one, the films on the face of the card reader. We got some other possibilities as to why you had that challenge that you had. And you can be sure that once that is officially confirmed, they will be averted even for the governorship election that is coming up on April 11. Then you have the issue of the logistics that we talked about. Again, we will be able to identify specifically what happened in those areas that materials arrived late. And
in fact, living materials now, very quickly before I come back to Dr. Yusuf and Captain Aliyu, some of the comments coming in here, I just wanted to respond to one of them. And it says, I think after the hacking of INEC website, we should not be shouting about the failure of the card readers. There's also the possibility that this could have been tampered with. Do you have that thinking in INEC?
Well, you see, the point with the card reader is that it's not online. So the issue of hacking is off the table. It's not
the
online.
Logic, I'll have to stop you there. The logic here in this comment from this, okay, his name is Aremu. The logic from Aremu is that if your website, if it was possible for your website to have been hacked, even though you sorted that out pretty soon, don't you think there is also a possibility for the card reader to also be tampered with somehow?
You see, like I told you, we have different stages of administrators for the card reader. The polling official who handles the card reader at the polling unit is not an administrator, and that is part of the challenges that happened yesterday. You will see that when those card readers begin to work well was when the administrators came in and tweaked it, and that's part of the design.
Are your administrators going to be investigated?
No. What
possible sabotage?
I told you that we had some ideas of why you had to call in an administrator to come and check it again so that they will reset it for them. Because the polling official cannot set it himself. He doesn't have that skill and he doesn't have that password to set it. So who will tamper with it? There are stages of operations that you know that the person who will handle the card reader is not in a position to do something.
All right, okay, Ms. Idowu, I'm afraid we have to leave it there. We'll come back to you. Just on the line.